or make me a host so I can share my screen. And Director Dieme, do you mind leading us in the fight song?
Sure. 1, 2, you know what to do.
Hail to the
Towson
Tigers.
We're true to the black and gold. Fight on for courage now and forever. Victory is strong and bold.
Fight.
Hail to the Towson Tigers. Stand proudly for all to see. Fight. Tigers fight. Lead us to victory team.
Why did we slow it down every time? All right, we'll move into roll call.
Treasurer Yigal,
Present. Here. Sorry.
Vice President DeVoe,
Present.
President Ndiang,
Present.
Chief of Staff Ambush,
Present.
Director Nduka,
Present.
Assistant Director Washington, Assistant Director Bello,
Present.
Director Whiteside,
Present.
Director Fishkin,
Present.
Director Triskovska, Director Perot,
Present.
Director Kapoor,
Present.
Assistant Director Ferguson,
Present.
Solicitor General Whiting,
Present.
Director White,
Present.
Director Foster,
Present.
Director Moody,
Present.
Director McComb,
Present.
Director Dieme,
Present.
Director Brown,
Present.
Director Kemp, Assistant Director Hogarth,
Present.
Assistant Director Banks,
Present.
Pro Temp Wheeler, Senator Dixon,
Present.
Senator Watts,
Present.
Senator Kinsey,
Present.
Senator Newman,
Present.
Senator Affe,
Present.
Senator Goodman,
Present.
Senator Williams,
Present.
Senator Harding,
Present.
Turnbull, Senator Tessie,
Present.
Senator Teklu,
Present.
Senator Eglin,
Present.
Senator Rink,
Present.
Chief Justice Foreman,
Present.
Deputy Justice Sherman.
Present.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, we'll now move into approval of the minutes. Are there any amendments to last meeting's minute? If not, we'll consider them approved. Are there any amendments to the agenda? If not, we'll follow the agenda as written. There are no guest speakers today. Is there any public participation or student concerns? Okay, wonderful. All right, we'll move into communications then. Advisors' remarks.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to share my screen. If you could just give me that functionality. It says host disabled participant sharing screen. So whoever's hosting it, if you could just give me that opportunity, that'd be fantastic.
I gave you co-host access, so you should be able to access it. Hold on.
Okay. It's green this time. It says share screen is green. So I don't know if that means it. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. Thank you, sir. All right. Similar to like what I like to do, Good evening, everyone, or good afternoon, however you see the day. I hope everything is going well. I don't have a ton of stuff to cover today, but just definitely want to touch base on some different points that I've made in the past. Quick update, just letting you all know, and that's incorrect, the dates I put here, so I'll update that for the record. Just as a reminder that Matt Leno is out until 11/12. Exec senators and directors, I think it's really important that everyone continue to think about ways to support each other. And in this particular circumstance, it's supporting the Campus Activities Board. They're doing a lot of different events, as you probably know, and they're sharing the information with you all. But it definitely, the organization definitely needs your support in not just promoting, but encouraging those in your inner circles or your student circles or your social circles to get involved. So please make sure to not only provide them with the information, but also if you all could attend, that'd be really helpful because again, they're putting a lot of time and effort into what they're doing. And so I just want to give them a plug today because it's been about a month since technically the school year has started. And so they're doing a lot of different unique types of events. And so your support, I can imagine that they would appreciate. In terms of senators in particular, but this also goes to directors indirectly, now is definitely the time to think about touching base with your constituent base, making sure that one, they know that you're around, and hopefully you've been doing that, but also gathering their feedback, find out what they're interested in, find out, different ideas and ways that their feedback can influence the organization. And then doing your best to share that information with all levels of the organization, including myself, and Advisor Leno, because the more you know and we know collectively, the better. So please do your best to gather that information and make it a point to share the information when you feel it's appropriate and the means that you feel is most appropriate as well. I don't have a particular mechanism to share information that I could hand off to you, but we have these meetings every week, obviously. And then obviously there's pre-meetings, but you could also contact me and Advisor Leno directly via our emails. And so please let us know because we want to help you in your roles, but we also want to know what we can do from our end as student affairs staff and advisors to better support our student body. So please gather that information and share it with us. We're coming up on homecoming 2020. I brought this up in my last report. I apologize for not having a report last week, but I was unable to fully engage with the meeting, even though I was able to listen in. So homecoming is coming up next week. It technically runs from 10/12 through 10/17, as you see with the dates that are listed. What I provided you is information about how you can learn more. Instagram is one of the primary ways that we're sharing information. There is a TU homecoming website. So if you just typed in homecoming 2020 in the search bar in the TU website, you'll quickly come across the information. But the information I provided is much more specific to the student body. And so there's a talent show, DIY, petting zoo, pageant, block party, and then kind of an announcement of the pageant winners and things like that. Obviously, we're not going to have a in-person game, but I believe that the alumni office and the Department of Athletics are going to be live streaming or viewing, a previous game that has been held in years past on Saturday. So please visit the TU homecoming website as well as the Instagram page that I referenced below to learn more. And going back to what I was saying about CAB in terms of supporting these events, obviously this is not the most ideal homecoming experience for everybody. However, the university is made it a point to make sure homecoming is going to happen. So please do your best to support all the events that are going on throughout the week, because they would most definitely appreciate it. And with that, unless there's questions, with that, I yield.
Thank you so much. Hold on. Appropriations Committee,
No report.
Government Operations Committee,
Hello, we deemed resolution 15 favorable.
question, Senator Teddy, were there any amendments or no?
Yes.
So you all deemed it favorable with amendments?
Yes, with amendments. I'm sorry. I should have been specific. Yes.
That's okay. No, you're good. Thank you so much. Rules Committee? Excuse me, Pro Temp Wheeler is excused. President DeYoung?
Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful start to your week. Just a few things for you guys today. Beginning next week, I'm going to start the process of the one-on-one, so you guys should all expect an email from me soon with a Sign Up Genius link. In regards to student employment, we are hoping to see more departments on campus create virtual work opportunities for work study students so that they can have options for on-campus jobs despite being remote. And lastly, I wanted to just make you all aware of the demonstration that's being hosted by Sisterhood for Breonna Taylor. It is happening this Saturday from 12 noon to 3 p.m., starting in West Village and ending in Freedom Square. I would love for any of you who would be able to come out and support them, and I'll probably be putting more details later in the GroupMe. It's a good opportunity to just showcase our support for student organizations and for Breonna Taylor, of course. I'll try to be there. Jordan's gonna try to be there. So if you guys wanna meet me in person, woo, come. And lastly, I'm just gonna go ahead and do Member of the Week. So exciting, woo. All right, so this is an individual who has come into their position and completely changed the brand of SGA. Their work has helped us be able to be as transparent and accessible to the student body as we can while being off campus. Their hard work does not go unnoticed, and I am super proud and so happy to give this week's Member of the Week to Director Perot. Yay. And with that, I yield.
All right, Treasurer Yeagle?
Hi, everybody. Two announcements. One goes out to the senators. So please continue to send out the emails I've sent to your senators, to your, not to your senators, to your student groups about the budget process, because deadlines are approaching. My second announcement is from, it's for the suspension of the fundraising requirement. So with the executive order coming from President DeYoung, we were able to suspend the fundraising requirement for this semester. So there will be a post about that after either today or tomorrow. But yeah, the fundraising requirement has been suspended for student groups. So that's exciting. And with that, I yield.
Attorney General Robinson?
Hi, everyone. There's an ice cream truck outside of my house. So sorry. But just another reminder to please make sure you guys are submitting absence requests 24 hours in advance. I really don't like denying absence requests, but please, please, please try to submit them 24 hours in advance. I know some of us are new, so if you guys want me to send you any of the PowerPoints we had during Summit just regarding absence requests, attendance, decorum, please feel free to email me. Also, justices, please look out for emails regarding one-on-ones. And with that, I yield.
Chief of Staff Ambush?
Happy Tiger Tuesday, y'all. So as everyone knows, it is midterm season, and I want to remind everyone that it is said in our documents and it is said in the application that you are all students first. So I expect you all to, studying and doing what you got to do to make the semester as good as you possibly can. Pre-meetings are filling up. So if you do want a pre-meeting, please let me know literally as soon as possible, because our October is pretty much full. So if you want to squeeze in a pre-meeting for November, let me know. If you want to squeeze it in for December, I think there's like one Thursday in December. I also want to echo what Advisor Bailey said. Directors, please touch with your different groups that you interact with. Make sure that they're all good. If there's any concerns, please let me or the vice president or the president know so that we can get started, either working exec side or maybe assigning a senator some legislation to make sure that whatever their student concern is fixed. And yeah, with that, I yield.
Department of Academic Affairs,
No report.
Department of Campus Activities,
Hi everyone. So CAD will be having an event tonight at 7 p.m. It's digital caricatures, and you can find the link on our website or on Involved2U. And like Advisor Bailey said, please just let your friends know, drop by and just show some support. With that, I yield.
Department of I'm sorry, I skipped a line. Department of Civic Engagement,
Hi everyone. I've just been working with a couple directors on events like Know Your Right, voting rights, and an event with Director White and Triskovka. And with that, I yield.
Department of Communications,
Hi everyone. First, thank you for the award. I also wanted to say that I have started pushing forward the flyers for the hiring, like if you have like a assistant director opening. So just to continue sending me those messages if you want a flyer created for whatever open position that you have. Keep pushing out all the flyers and different things like that. We did reach 3,000. I want to get to 5,000 before I graduate, but we'll see. But yeah, just keep showing support and love, and thank you guys. So yeah, I yield.
yay, awesome. Department of Community Outreach,
Happy Tiger Tuesday. No report.
Department of Diversity and Inclusion,
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. So first announcement that I have, the CSD is going to be doing an event on unlearning internalized racism Monday from, let me make sure I have the time right, 4 to 5:30. So please check that out, and the flyer is on their Instagram. In addition to that, I will be having an event with the Counseling Center tomorrow. And that will be about stigma around mental illness, because this is Mental Illness Awareness Week. So please keep an eye out for that. And that is from 6 to 7, and the Zoom link will be in SGA's bio, on their Twitter and on their Instagram. And also, please keep an eye out for events next week for Hispanic Heritage Month. I have an amazing speaker that is going to be doing a conversation and an event with us. So please keep an eye out for the flyer and more information about that. With that, I yield.
great, thank you. Department of Health and Wellness,
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. I'm just going to reiterate what Director White just said. Day one of our 2-day Mental Illness Awareness Week event starts tomorrow from 6 to 7, and then again on Thursday from 6 to 7. The links are all in all of our socials, so come support. With that, I yield.
thank you. Department of Higher Education, or
Hi everyone. So nothing much, but just really exciting news. I finally got started in the works of the exit program, Expanding Intelligence Today. It's a mentoring program that I'm in charge of, and yeah, so if you are interested in being a mentor, or know someone who might be interested, start thinking about that. I'll give out more information as closer to the time we start the actual mentoring program. So yeah, with that, I yield.
thank you. So sorry. I don't know why I thought you weren't here. That was my fault. Department of Legislative Affairs,
Hi everyone, happy Tiger Tuesday. So we've got a lot of really exciting things coming up, a lot of really exciting events with a lot of departments. So keep an eye out for all that stuff. I also will be sending out a survey most likely at 10:30 tomorrow morning. So I'm going to send it to everyone in SGA. We're hoping to kind of have it scope as many students in Towson as possible, just to get a feel of how they want Tiger Pride Day to look, what bills I should kind of be trying to figure out more. So I'd really appreciate, senators, if you can kind of send that out to your student groups or anything. But very exciting stuff. And if anybody has any legislation or anything that they're really interested in or they really want Towson to support, feel free to reach out to me. And I hope you guys all have a great day. And with that, I yield.
Thank you, Department of Special Projects.
Okay, hi everyone. So me and my assistant director Ferguson, we just had a meeting today with Solicitor General Whiting about her Know Your Rights event. So we're really excited for that. Apart from that, please check your emails because I am emailing some of you guys with committee information and asking about your availability and things like that. So please check, please make sure you're looking at the GroupMe as well. Other than that, I am currently working on a career center, on an event with the Career Center about just how to stand out in like job interviews during the pandemic. And other than that, this is kind of exciting. The Office of Student Activities actually got approved to have an event on campus for students in res halls. So TBD, but keep out on the lookout for that kind of information because we're in the works of planning something like that. So that's exciting. With that, I yield.
Great, thank you so much. Department of Marketing.
No report.
Department of Student Organizations.
Hello, everyone. I hope we're all doing okay. So for starters, if everyone could just send me the flyers, I hear there's some amazing events going on, and I would love for student groups to know that. I send an email every week around Thursday afternoon, Friday afternoon. So if y'all could just send me the flyers in advance, I could get that out to everyone. That'd be really, really great. You could just message me and I'll put my email in the chat also. This is specifically to like anyone who has tried to get in touch with me. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. That's it. Like, I'm a student. It's midterm season. I understand, but just keep in mind that I am a student. Love SGA, we do, but there's only so much I can do at one time. Also, please keep in mind that any type of message, email over the weekend probably will not get answered until the weekday. Just want to put that out there. Okay, so we're going through the extensions for different student groups who had like an issue with their advisor or something like that. So we're in the process, Maya and I, of looking through that. So they have been receiving emails frequently about that. There is a town hall this Thursday from 4 to 5 p.m. October 8th, and there's another town hall that's November 11th from 5 to 6. And this is just a time for student groups to just come in and voice any concerns. And it's just a time to like for us to connect with them. So senators, please feel free to join, but it's not mandatory, but it's just a session for all of us to communicate any needs that we have. And senators, please keep in mind that student groups have changed. So make sure you look at the document that I posted on the Band app. And that's all the announcements I have. If you ever have any concerns about your student groups or anything like that, please let me know. And with that, I yield.
Thank you so much, Department of New Student Development.
Hey everyone, so what we first have for today or for tomorrow is our first meeting for Freshman Council at 5, which we're all really excited about. And secondly, we're gonna get our group chat started up by the end of the week. So yeah, it should all be exciting. And with that, I yield.
Awesome, thank you so much. Maryland Higher Education Council Representative, which will be Director Kim.
Hi again, guys. So at the meeting this Saturday, they selected a chairperson, well, a student representative as chairperson. They are starting the draft for the state plan, and the goals this year are access, success, and innovation. Also a focus on financial literacy education for students, counselors, professors, families, everybody. They also are looking into impact funding because of COVID. and how students will get money from the state, and like a timeline, basically like early decisions and better communication on that. They also spoke about Indigenous communities in higher education settings, and they spoke about land acknowledgement and financial aid for Indigenous students. And, of course, we had to bring up our resolution at Towson, and they loved the idea. So hopefully we inspired a bunch of schools. And they also spoke about voter suppression, specifically for out-of-state students, and, how they can cater to that need. And I know that was a lot of information. I think that's everything. Okay, with that, I yield.
Thank you so much. Okay, all right. Office of the Solicitor General.
Hi, everyone, and happy Tiger Tuesday. So the appeals committee decided to uphold the sanctions for the case that we heard about a student violating the COVID policy. There's going to be a survey going out for the textbook affordability and availability legislation that we'll be hearing next week. So stay tuned for that. I'm working on some legislation with Director Trasaska in regards to the state of Maryland requiring the USM to purchase furniture from the Department of Corrections. So if anyone would like to participate in that, please let me know. And lastly, I am planning Know Your Rights Voting Rights Edition. And if anyone would like to help me with that, let me know again. And with that, I yield.
All right, for my report, it's kind of brief this week, but I just wanted to reiterate that we have legislation coming up. As Solicitor General Whiting touched on, a resolution on textbook affordability should be on the Senate floor next week after going through committee review. So that's exciting. So look out for that and come prepared to discuss. Just to reiterate to the senators, please, 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 just echoing what's already been said by Advisor Bailey, and I believe Director McComb as well, please present yourself as a resource as often as you can to your student groups. You really are the bridge between them and this body and understanding the resources they have. Oh, granted, Senator Dixon, sorry. So thank you so much for the work that you all do already, but please, please, please respond to emails. If you can't get into contact with them, they haven't responded, that's fine, but just please be persistent about going to their advisor or their secondary point of contact on Involved It to You. It is super, super important, and we'll notice that as we enter budgeting season, just how important that is when student groups don't have information or, versus when they do. So please, please, please get the information to them and forward all the important info you see from Director McComb, well, the entire department. So thank you so much for that. And I believe that is it. With that, I yield. There are no opinions of the court, so now we'll move into new business. Pro Temp Wheeler is unable to be here today, so I'll be chairing for the duration of the meeting. Are there any motions on the floor?
I have a motion, Senator Teddy.
Yes.
I would like, I move to break Senate rules today in order to review resolution number, is it supposed to say 16? I believe 16. I need to do that. I need to make that move because we were unable to review it in time in the GovUps committee for today's GA. So we have to make that motion in order to review that bill, that resolution.
Thank you so much. Is there a second to break Senate rules to review resolution number 16, which is the second one listed there? My apologies for that typo.
This is Senator Rank, I second.
Thank you, Senator Rank. Is there any discussion on breaking Senate rules to review the confirmation of the athletic affairs representative? Senator Goodman.
Point of clarification, point of information. I also just want to point out that while I understand this is important, I also think it's important as well for to discuss the bill that we had before then, especially considering that one of the senators who worked on the bill has to leave a bit early. Senator Watts just notified me that she has to leave a bit early. So I think it would be a good idea to have both both senators who worked on that bill as present as possible.
Absolutely. I believe she has a few minutes left with us. We can vote in favor of breaking Senate rules, but a motion hasn't been made to review resolution number 16. So you feel free to make the motion after this is voted on to review resolution number 15 first. But that's not mutually exclusive. So you can vote in favor of this and we can review resolution number 15 first if that's what you would like to do, or if that's what the Senate would like to do. Is there any further discussion on breaking Senate rules to ultimately review resolution number 16? If not, we'll move into a vote. All in favor of breaking Senate rules today? Attorney General Robinson, point of personal privilege. Director Kapoor, do you mind providing the vote count, or do you have the voting count by any chance? If not, then we can, I'm sorry, the senator count.
No, it's okay. We do have the senator count.
Okay, beautiful.
There's 12 senators.
Okay, great. Thank you. All opposed? Abstaining? All right, the motion passes. Yes, the motion passes. I'm sorry. Can you please read the voting count, please?
Yeah, we have an 11 in favor and 1 opposed.
All right, the motion passes. Are there any motions on the floor?
This is Senator Rank. I motion to review resolution 15.
Thank you so much. And going forward, it's friendly, but resolution number 16 is the second one, just to be clear. All right, is there a second?
Senator Kennedy, I second.
Okay.
All right, sorry. Is there any discussion? If not, we'll move into a vote. All in favor of reviewing resolution number 15? All opposed? Abstaining? Director Kapoor.
Yeah, we have 12 in favor.
All right, thank you so much. The motion passes. We're now reviewing resolution number 15. The senators that worked on this bill can feel free to open the discussion.
So we have the student here who was interested in, who really brought this to our attention. Ethan, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Would you like me to begin or go up last?
Yes, please. Floor is yours.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well and you're all safe. My name's Ethan, and I'm a freshman in the Honors College. I first noticed Towson's affiliation with Northrop Grumman through the Honors College weekly email update. As I understand it, Northrop Grumman is actively recruiting interns and volunteers from TU's student body. And I've also found some evidence of a monetary transaction as well. For context, Northrop Grumman is a massive manufacturer of drones, autonomous systems of war, fighter jets, bombers, some which have been used to carry nuclear weapons, and missile and strike technology. Northrop Grumman has sold these weapons to countless countries, including but not limited to Saudi Arabia and the United States, causing an unknown number of human rights violations, international war crimes, and death. Simply put, Northrop Grumman's business model is to profit from war and armed conflict. I believe Northrop Grumman's contributions to the military-industrial complex and domestic conflict is antithetical to the student body's ethics and belief. And I would like to see the partnership between Towson and Northrop Grumman end immediately, as well as some sort of ethics code created for TU to follow when making business partnerships in the future. Thank you all for your time.
So to sum that up, there's a partnership that, apparently some students do benefit from. It's in the fact they want like an internship in this industry, or they want to see that they offer, jobs and internships on Handshake, but But apparently, we've noticed that this is, problematic because it kind of goes against TU's values in the respect that they're also, making donations, and we don't know like how much of that is from like, the war profiteering money and whatnot. And yeah, so
Question.
there's that.
I just had a question. I'm not sure if the Government Operations Committee had an opportunity to examine this, but if any of the participants in writing this bill have direct sources for this information for the body to have access to, I believe that would be helpful. If so, can you send those in the chat? And then Olivier, our Chief of Staff Ambush, excuse me, if you could put those in the YouTube chat as well, just so everyone has the same access to information, that would be wonderful. And just general rule of thumb going forward in legislation, make sure you say according to XYZ source, just so everyone knows where the information is from. But if you do know offhand, that would be great too. Senator Rank.
Yeah, I just had a quick question in regards to the bill. I was wondering, aside from their affiliation with Handshake, which Towson uses to like place interns, do we have any other kind of affiliation with Northrop Grumman? Like, do we place interns in specific programs into
Yes.
Northrop Grumman internships as part of their curriculum, or is it like a matter of them being affiliated with a platform we use for students' benefit, if that makes sense?
Well, there's also the supply chain management program at Towson. If you look at the bill closely, there should be a list of dates in which each of the known financial transactions were made. One of them is on August 5th, 2010, there was $10,000. And then also in May 2nd, 2011, they helped fund the Supply Chain Masters program directly, and that is with $8,000. And then in 2010, it's unclear what if that was just given to the university in general or what have you. Ethan, you shared some, I think you shared what I was just about ready to share. Let's see. No, that's another document, but you can review that if you would like. Ethan just shared in the chat source about Northrop Grumman.
There was a friendly amendment made in the 5th whereas to add a comma after the human rights violation just for the minutes, but it doesn't need to be voted on. And yes, please will relay that information, the sources in the YouTube chat as well. A question that I would raise also, kind of going off of Senator Rink, is, oh, I see that Director Truskowska had a question, so I'm going to come back to whatever I was going to do. Go ahead.
Oh, wait, Vice President DeVoe, you can go first. I'll wait. We might have been saying the same thing, so I want to see if...
Oh, no, we might be on different pages, but I saw you had a question first, but I will come right back to you. My question would be, is our concern that Towson University seems to be a pipeline to this organization? And if so, how would cutting financial ties, what's the word I'm looking for? Would cutting financial ties prevent that pipeline from continuing and persisting? Or is that the goal here? Is that the primary issue that we're seeing, is that that is a pipeline that we're seeing and we don't want to be affiliated with this organization? Just to clarify, what is our main issue outside of the human rights violations, of course, in terms of
the concern is that this partnership raises a big ethics concern.
Correct.
And
Correct.
that is
I just wanted to clarify that. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I think we both.
And along with that, we see that since this partnership raises a big ethics concern.
Yes. Can I?
I'm
Yes.
sorry.
It's okay. I just wanted to complete what my question was.
Sorry,
No, that's okay. It's fine. We're doing a funny little tango here. All right, that's okay. But I just wanted to ask specifically, recognizing the human rights violation that has occurred, how has that culture been perpetuated through this partnership? How do we see that manifesting in our community? And what specific examples do we have of that? I know Handshake was mentioned. I know that the pipeline to working in this organization was mentioned, which is absolutely valid. I'll say personally, I believe that's valid, but I wanted to know if there were any further examples. I don't know if Ethan had any, or the senators that worked on this bill. That was my question.
Other than, are you asking, are there any specific examples of human rights violations in relation to the university?
No, maybe I wasn't clear, but my question was, what specific examples do we have of us partnering with this organization outside of, we've seen the transactions here, but I just wanted to know, it's okay if there aren't any other ones, but I wanted to know if there were any other examples that we can look to specifically of Towson University supporting this organization.
Aside from the ones listed, there's nothing else. No, well, I'm trying to pull up a document that has some more information on that. Ethan, do you have a link to the Outlook thing that you sent me? It was like a Word document through Outlook or something of that sorts.
Yeah, I sent you a few. Which one would you like?
All of them, perhaps, if you still
Yeah, okay.
Feel free to come back to that. I just want to make sure we acknowledge Director Truskowska's question, and then we have a point of clarification from Senator Rink.
So I totally agree with Vice President DeVoe's question. I think that it is pretty clear in terms of the human rights violations. My only question was pertaining to the $10,000 that were given to the university. Has there been any other communication? Has there been any explanation provided from the university to kind of say, oh, this is what it was?
Well, there is something on there. If you click on the link to, I'm sorry, there's a link that says wp.towson.edu/SK Kinama. It shows a profile of a Dr. Shure Kinama, and this is the Dean of the Towson University College of Business Economics. And it shows that there are some grants and contracts negotiate directly with the dean on behalf of the CBE. And right there under those grants and contracts, it lists the, you know what, let me share my screen and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Is it all right if I share my screen?
Absolutely. If you would.
Currently, it says host is disabled screen sharing, so I need to be able to share my screen.
I believe you're the co-host now.
Yes.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Wonderful then. All right, so right here, this is the profile of the Dean of CBE. We scroll down to outreach and we find that, there we go. These two right here.
Just to clarify, I was just wondering if anybody had reached out to that dean specifically to ask about the $10,000. I just didn't know if the university provided an explanation at all for it.
We did not reach out to we did not unfortunately reach out to the dean. We didn't think about that at that time. We did try to reach out to a representative of Northrop Grumman who's been at numerous career fairs on our university's campus and has worked directly with the CBE, but there has been no response to this date.
Okay, thank you guys.
Senator Ring, did you have a point of clarification?
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I wanted to say, I forgot to say this in my first question. Thank you, Ethan, and senators for writing this bill, because I do think that this is an extremely valuable bill with a valuable lesson that the Towson can learn from. I just wanted to make sure, aside from the monetary donations and their placement on Handshake, we don't have a direct affiliation in terms of like, we place students there as part of their curriculum, correct? I just want to make sure that students aren't going to
well, there is a direct affiliation. I think there is a direct affiliation. But the thing is that direct affiliation, I feel like if there is that direct affiliation already established, there are ways for students who are really genuinely interested in supporting Northrop Grumman's values to find that, to find out about what Northrop Grumman does and to find opportunities at Northrop Grumman, just not through TU, since it kind of goes against our values here.
I think it's fair to say that students have the agency and autonomy to choose where they seek employment. But I would encourage the Senate to think about how, as Senator Goodman was mentioning, how we encourage or which organizations we encourage and affiliate ourselves with. Senator Goodman.
Don't get me wrong, there are a bunch of organizations that I think Towson University should be partnering with, that they have no partnership with at all currently, but I have still tried to seek internships and career opportunities from them and their website.
I just, for the sake of time, I would just encourage everyone to just focus on the specific organization that we're mentioning here today.
I know, but I'm stating that as an example because okay, here's this organization that directly partners with TU as a way to better, support this organization in getting new recruits. And it's already a big organization. And I'm saying that on the opposite of that, there are a number of other organizations that have better and more peaceful values than this that we could be partnering with and
I hear
aligning.
what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Can you zoom in a little bit closer?
So this is what this is a document that Ethan helped create it here. It explains a bit more about the TU partnership and monetary involvement with Northrop Grumman. Once again, it shows those numbers you saw before. Then also we have some other links here saying that like Northrop Grumman is listed as the top employer of TU students, which just goes to show, okay, if this organization is not really pro our university's values, then why is it not letting me click on the link? Okay. Oh, I think you've already seen this document, my bad. Let me go back here. Right. But yeah, also, there's this. Is that the same thing?
If I could ask another question of the senators writing this bill, do you think that it would be a more specific ask in terms of disbanding the relationship with Northrop Grumman, that they were no longer listed on Handshake through Towson University? Or we worked towards that, or that was our recommendation? Because from what I'm hearing, that's the most explicit partnership that we have currently.
Well,
I don't know if Ethan can answer that, if that's something that you would
Also
be
have
interested in.
recruiters coming to career fairs and whatnot, and
Oh,
um,
correct. Absolutely. Sorry about that. I meant to mention that too, but I think that an amendment could be made to include a more specific outline of what disbanding that relationship would look like. Chief of Staff Ambush, you had a comment.
Yeah, I wanted to echo what everyone else was saying, and kind of like clarify. I think like just so people on the stream doesn't get confused, we're not trying to like police where people go to work after Towson University. Of course, your degree is your degree, and where you work is where you work. But I think this bill, what it's asking is that Towson University doesn't encourage students to work at this organization and to cut all formal ties with this organization. So whether that is no more handshake, whether that is no more career fair, whether that is it's just not a organization that is formally used in the classroom, whatever that looks like. Is kind of this shouldn't be an organization, Towson University as a whole. It should be saying proudly as a top employer of TU students. And I think that's ultimately what everyone's trying to say, and I think that's what the bill is trying to say. So I'm just clarifying that for anyone on the stream and anyone that may be confused, is that's generally what it appears the bill to be asking. And from what I've read, that is how the extent of the partnership is, mostly that Towson University is just proud that they are a top employer, and that the business school often does maybe not necessarily deep down work with that organization, but definitely is probably one of the first organizations the business school would call if there's a career fair or something. So
right, like obviously the business school is not developing a new Northrop Grumman drone in a lab underneath the basement of Stevens Hall. I mean, that's
Granted,
obvious.
Director Moody, your point of personal privilege is granted. And just to clarify, I know we're on Zoom, but if you could please just comment before, just so I can call on people so they don't.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Senator Williams, you had a comment as well.
I was just gonna say for the business school. So I was looking at it's like a business article, but it's from Towson, so it's called Business Dialogue. So it literally says Towson.edu at the end. It says that the BSAP is a business, one of their majors. It says to ensure the program's relevance, the department assembled a BSAP industry outreach committee composed of, and then it has like the different orgs, and Northrop Grumman, that's one of them. That's all I was gonna say. That's it. It's just a part of their industry outreach committee for the business.
All right, is there any further discussion on resolution number 15? If not, we'll move into a vote on resolution number 15 as a whole. All in favor?
Oh, whoops.
Abstaining. Director Kapoor, can you raise the voting count, please?
Yeah, we have 11 in favor. We're currently missing one.
I accidentally sent mine to Ethan privately, but I just sent it again.
Senator Watts was excused, so that may
Okay,
be.
then 11 in favor.
Yes, okay, thank you. The motion passes, so the bill passes. And I would say to the senators that wrote this bill, I would forward this on to the dean that you previously mentioned, as well as the Career Center, just so they're made aware of this, so the proper parties can be involved in.
Wait, doesn't it mean that it'll get sent to Schatzel as well, or?
All of them will be, but just going forward, we want to make sure that we're reaching to the appropriate arms of the university's shared governance. But are there any motions on the floor?
Senator Goodman, I move that we review resolution number 16.
Thank you so much. Is there a second?
Senator Teddy, I second.
Is there any discussion on reviewing resolution number 16? If not, we'll move into a vote. All in favor of reviewing resolution number 16? And Ethan, thank you so much for coming and thank you for raising this really important issue. We appreciate you being here. All opposed? Abstaining? Director Kapur?
12 in favor. Or 11, I'm so sorry, 11 in favor.
It's okay, you're all good. All right, resolution number 16, we're now reviewing. Oops, there we go. Let me know if you all can't see that for any reason, but I will assume that you can. All right, great, resolution number 16. Teddy, are you here?
I'm here, yeah.
Hi. Yes, and the Senate will be asking you a few questions today, but we'll begin with one. Why do you want to be a part of SGA in this capacity? And then we'll open for discussion.
Okay, yeah, thanks for having me. So I became aware of the position through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. And I was talking with some teammates and I thought it would be a good thing to go for. This is my second year at Towson. I'm a senior. I've transferred around schools, so I've seen a lot. My freshman year, I was at VCU. My sophomore year, I went to Hartford Community College, and this is my first year coming back to a school. So I kind of felt like I really wanted to get involved. I thought I was comfortable here. I love it here. And I think it was just important for the athletic department to get involved within the SGA, just so athletes are made aware of things that are going on around the campus community that don't just pertain to like Resolution 6 and stuff like that. Like the athletic department can kind of get their foot in the door in other areas, not just the student athlete bubble. And at every school I've been to, there's kind of been a disconnect between the athletic department and student government for whatever reason. And I think there's something to be done about that. So I felt like I wanted to apply for this position.
All right, thank you so much, Teddy, for those opening remarks. Does anyone have any questions for Teddy? President Young?
I actually just wanted to speak on Teddy's behalf before we got into the questions. I was there for his interview, and while I don't know him personally, his interview really did impress me. He's very passionate about this position. I can tell that he has genuine concern for the Student Government Association as a whole and for the Towson community as a whole, going further than just the athletics representative position. So on that regard, I do support him, and I support the things that he stated to me that he wanted to do, and I am very proud to have him come today.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Chief of Staff Ambush?
I would also like to speak on his behalf. I think he would bring a incredible voice that I think has been missing in SJ for a very long time. And also a voice that we might need. Yeah, his voice would have been very helpful when we were going over the fee reduction, because I know it's very contentious on all sides. So I hope with his being in this role, we can rebuild that relationship between SGA and the university as a whole and the athletes, and make sure we build a stronger, more unified Towson, because surely we do need it in the middle of this pandemic. So yeah.
Senator Rink, you had a comment or a question? I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, I just had a question. I was just wondering, is there anything that you think you would like to implement in the SGA in your time here? Anything that you feel like we could do better on, or any ideas you have?
Yeah, thanks for the question. So obviously, when I was looking at the requirements for this position, it talked about coordinating some co-sponsored events and just kind of giving reports in the athletic department. But I kind of wanted to twist it a little bit and do a little more because I didn't want to do this just to see what athletes can get out of it. I really wanted to try to bring the two together. So I think just having the athletic department represented here, I think is important. And I think the co-sponsored events, whatever happens with COVID, I'm definitely going to try to get some things together. I know that in one of my classes, I don't think I've ever talked to her, but Jabrea talked about in our group me about the textbook thing. And that's something that probably nobody on my team knows about. And it's not an issue that just relates to the student body. I'm sure athletes pay too much for their textbooks too. So just relaying information like that and seeing where that kind of stuff could take us into some kind of co-sponsored event. Obviously, I've been having trouble trying to think of anything concrete that I would do right now, but I'm sure those things will work themselves out as I work with you guys and the athletic committee and think of stuff that makes sense during the COVID era, I guess you could say.
All right, are there any other questions? If not, Teddy, do you mind leaving the meeting for a moment so we can have a closed vote, and then you'll come back and we'll let you know the results.
Of course. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, if there's no further discussion on resolution number 16, we will move into a vote. All in favor of approving this confirmation? All opposed? Abstaining? Director Kapoor?
Okay, we have 10 in favor.
Senator, sorry, there are a lot of points of personal privilege. Maybe someone was excused. Let me make sure. Oh, Senator Goodman is back. So everyone should be here, I think. Sorry about the notifications. There should be 11.
I think I voted. I did.
Yeah, you did. You did. Have all senators voted? All right. Let's see. All opposed? Abstaining? That's odd. 1 second. Let me make sure no one was excused. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's changed. Just to further emphasize, all senators should be voting. I don't believe we lost anyone. So, all right, but that's still 2/3, so we will proceed using 11 as the, well, let's count 10 in favor. The bill passes, yay. Welcome to the family. Can you please let Teddy know to come back, please? Thank you. All right, are there any announcements? Chief of Staff Ambush.
Hi everyone. Okay, so October and November are a bit of a busy time when it comes to programming. So I do ask, this specifically mostly for directors, is that you let me know, when you're planning programming, and then once you have a date for it, please let me know as well. So once I approve, and then I need you to let me know again once you have a date for it. This is just so I know when events are happening, and we can coordinate with the university and stuff. So that's pretty much it. Yes.
Thank you so much. Attorney General Robinson.
Also, just a quick announcement. I already mentioned it in the chat, but if you're having any issues during midterm season and final season, please tell us sooner than later. I'm really flexible when it comes to that. I understand this is a stressful time. So if you do need to take that time, please just let me know. And also, please make sure you guys are responding to emails within 48 hours, especially emails I send regarding PDRs, because those are really, really important. That's all I have to say.
All right, please excuse the motorcycles in the background. Welcome to the family, Teddy. Thank you so much for applying. We're so happy to have you. Also, for senators and for everyone in SGA, we can go through some regular questions to ask during confirmation since a lot of you are new, and that is okay. But let's just make sure that we're asking great questions like we did today. Senator Rank, thank you so much for raising your question. But just going forward, we want to make sure that we're asking questions, and we are always critical and kind at the same time. So yeah. All right, any other announcements?
I just want to say something real quick.
Yes,
Senators, thank you so much for your patience and just being awesome. I know you all have been receiving a lot of emails and a lot of information consistently, and y'all have been on your toes, and it's noticed and it's seen. So please, please, please continue to read these emails. I know my emails are long. I don't enjoy writing them. So I know y'all don't enjoy reading them, but there's so much information in these emails, and I really only want to send it once, so I'm not bombarding you all with consistent emails like every single day. But please read it very thoroughly, because a lot of times the questions that may be brought up are something that has been addressed in a former email. Make sure you're utilizing the Band app, because that is where all the resources are in terms of all the postings. Make sure that you are letting all your student groups know about the treasurer workshops and everything. That is really, really important, because right now we're kind of in this period where a lot of people were saying that they weren't contacted, or they're not aware of their advisor. And just, I understand that we're in a more virtual environment, but it's just really important that we all are paying attention and just being on our P's and Q's with everything. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Senator Dixon.
So where can we find the information about the budget deadlines and the upcoming treasurer workshops?
Great question. So I believe that Treasurer Yigo put an announcement in the Band app, and that information is in the past email that I sent last Friday. I will be sending another one this week, but all the information should be on the Band app. If it is not, I can upload that immediately. I think she posted a flyer though, if I'm not mistaken. I could be making that up. Is she
I
here?
actually sent all senators the same, not the same
Email.
but, yeah, I sent you guys a very thorough email with all that information as long with the flyer as well. So just double check your email.
Thank you.
Yeah, she sent it like last Wednesday-ish, right after our meeting. So it should be.
Thank you, everybody. I'm glad you all are helping each other. That's great. Senator Evelyn.
Oh, I was going to say, I had a question about one of my student groups. I guess maybe I could just send an email, but they just finally got back to me about having a meeting, but I don't even think I'm their senator anymore because we got the new approved list. So that was it. I was just a little confused, what I should do about that.
So that's a great point. A lot of student groups have been contacting me about that, about just going past the deadline. So I'm gonna be honest, it's our job to try to provide for student groups and to make their process as easy as possible. We don't wanna punish people for anything, especially during a pandemic. So please try to reach out to them and CC me in all emails. However, I will say this. If you feel as though you are being bombarded, you are stressed, it is not working with your schedule, please let me know as soon as possible because it is past the deadline. So the sense of urgency might not be there, but we still want to assist as much as we can. So yeah, but you can just follow up and DM me and then we can just follow up on that just so we don't waste everyone's time. Thank you.
All right, Chief Steph English. Thank you for that. If you all have specific questions that are not publicly relevant, feel free to message your liaison or whomever the relevant person is you're directing your question to. Treasurer Yigle, did you have something that you wanted to share more broadly, or is this something that you can share with the Senate specifically? Senator Eaglin, you were okay, that's fine.
Oh no, I was just talking about the email I had sent out last week, but I'll resend it out again to everybody.
Okay, all right, perfect. Yes, and exec will be hanging out. Thank you, President DeYoung, afterwards for any questions. All right, are there any further announcements? If not, are there any motions on the floor?
Senator Dixon.
Yes.
I was saying, I
Oh.
motion to adjourn. This is Senator Goodman. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're okay. That's all right. Is there a second?
Senator Dixon, I second.
Senator Dixon, don't go all at once. All right. All right. Is there any, I'm sorry. Wow. I don't know what just happened in my mind just now. Is there any discussion on adjourning? If not, we'll move into a vote. All in favor to adjourn? All opposed? Abstaining? The motion passes. All right. Yes, it is unanimous. All right. Thank you all so much. Meeting adjourned. That's the fastest y'all vote is when it's time to adjourn.
Time to go. I was gonna